Have you ever fallen for someone and they were just not on the same page? Well, it's like having that empty hole in your heart, filled with that perfectly fitting piece of love. Then instead of just that piece of love being removed, your whole heart is. Well, I recently found that devastating supporting character of my unrequited love story. She told me she no longer had a boyfriend. Yeah, well, when I fell in love with her, she had this boyfriend. One day back then, she said to me, my boyfriend went out of town for a month. And I said, I'll get the cocktail sauce. I had no idea what I was saying because I had no idea what she was saying. So we hung out a few times. Don't know why. She is so absolutely out of my league, but I guess some women just want to know that they're wanted. And boy, did I want her so bad that I quickly categorized the whole she has a boyfriend thing in the unimportant column of my brain. Kept hanging out, and slowly I allowed myself to believe that this boyfriend of hers was dead and buried, and now she was coming out of her grieving period. Now, I know people say I need to work on my self-worth, but it felt like the queen just let the jester lay on her royal bed. She starts opening up, shows me some art, says she hasn't shown anyone else because it was for a friend of hers who died before she was able to give it to them. Why show me? I didn't spend too much time thinking about it. I made her pasta. We ate it, then we went into my room. It was my turn to show her some art. She listened and looked. I looked back. That look became a stare with intent. I stared into her eyes and she stared right back. Slowly, I wheeled my chair over to her. She was having a hard time keeping her head up. Mixed feelings, I guessed. But every time she raised her head so I could see her eyes, they felt encouraging. I put that guitar right down quick and reached for her face. Now some say they get butterflies, right? But I had volcanoes erupting in my stomach, so I knew it was love. And there's no way that's a one-sided feeling. Then, that morning, me glowing, her saying weird things like, I feel like I was just in another world. She drove me to the station. I was going to work. She was going to pick up her boyfriend from the airport. My brain had a hard time registering that because, to me, that boyfriend just came back from the dead. We tried to hang out as friends, but it's kind of hard to do that when she's banging a dude I chose to believe was no longer among us. It was just some fun, she said. And I said, nothing, because I deleted her number. She had my brain in a vice grip, and she didn't even know or care that she was tightening it. So, in the cemetery of my mind, I buried her right next to her dead boyfriend. Then I saw her extremely sad one day, and I broke down. I told her if she needed to talk, she could call me. She did. I was so excited. I thought she was sad because she wasn't with me. It turns out, she was sad because it was the anniversary of her friend's death. So I had to delete her number again. Now, I've been told I have a great imagination, but sometimes I choose to live in a fantasy land rather than reality. I can't remember who told me that. I mean, I definitely don't talk to them anymore. But it got me thinking about the reality of her actually being my girlfriend. And to be honest, that terrified me, because she would just cheat on me like she did with her dead boyfriend. But then here she is, telling me she has no boyfriend. Is this what a heart attack feels like? Hot pain in every artery and numb feet? I hate this woman. How do I get her meat hooks out of me? I gotta escape. But when I do, I'm sure like all over-emotional, low-budget crap movies, it'll be raining outside, so it's that much more pathetic when she watches me attempt to smoke a cigarette. She'd probably think, why would I try doing that? And it would confirm in her mind that I'm some absolute certifiable nutcase, and also she's fearful of my imminent suicide, so she would hug me and tell me everything would be okay and that she's there for me. But I wouldn't believe a goddamn word of it, I'd be too distracted to believe her anyway. I'd be thinking, what is wrong with me? What God created this mind that causes such unnecessary pain for me and discomfort for others? Why do I care if she no longer has a boyfriend? I've already buried her in my mind cemetery. So what if this zombie bitch is available? Putting my brain in a vice grip wasn't enough for her? Now she wants to eat it? Did I just say something? It feels like I blacked out. I think I just winked. Why is she smiling at me? Seems like she wants something from me. What is it? And can I give it to her? Would I really want to? Imagine that. Knowing she's already a cheater, I'd be voluntarily walking into the lion's den. But everything racing through my mind right now is absolute bullshit. First of all, because the woman I fell in love with never actually told me she was single. I'm only imagining this as I do from time to time. Only this time, I happen to be sitting across from a completely different girl. A girl who thinks I'm focusing on her. How sad. Second of all, and this proves I have some attachment disorder because I have not seen that woman I love in years.